Welcome to Dubrovnik, Croatia. What a beautiful setting and energy as the sun is setting for this current sun transit theme, Gene Key 52. The hexagram is called Keeping Still Mountain. The Gene Key shadow is stress. The gift is restraint, and the city is stillness. And I feel I'm bringing a lot of that energy into this video. Moving really slow, feeling really tired these last couple days after a lot of movement and feeling the extreme heat in Italy on the Amalfi Coast and the summer solstice, the longest days, the hottest sun. To be here, to have nothing to do but be with this beautiful landscape and in the nature, by the sea, dipping myself into the sea. Stillness is definitely something I've had the pleasure of experiencing this week. And Richard Rudd speaks of the paradox of stillness. As with all the cities, there is this paradox, as there is in life. And the paradox of stillness is that it's actually always moving. I'm being still here. I see my earrings moving. I see the water moving. And within us, there's always movement. At the cellular level, there is always movement. But the stillness is really about the stillness of our minds. And stress, the shadow expression of this gene key, is when our mind is not able to be still and we feel like we constantly need to be thinking about how to get ourselves out of a stressful situation, which actually keeps the loop continually going. With the gene keys, with the hexagrams, with human design, as I've expressed in many other videos, we are evolving into a time where we're getting out of the mind as the key decision maker and the pinnacle of our evolution. We've evolved to our detriment with the mind at this point in time, and we as a species have a lot of unlearning to do at this point of our evolution. This jump point in our evolution is to recognize that there is a much greater plan than anything we can understand at play. And restraint has a lot to do with this. It's restraining from acting or making decisions from a place of stress and understanding there's a deeper undercurrent of flow going on that is pulling us to be exactly where we need to be, to magnetically attract to us the alliances, the people, the places that we need to be in when we are surrendered to that inaction that this gene key specifically is asking of us, to just be still and observe and listen to what's going on in our inner world, to the energy around us. When we are in stress, which this is really a collective energy. Of course, we can all feel stress at an individual level, but this gene key specifically speaks about the collective stress that is on this planet. And as much as we might have our little sanctuaries, if we're living in a dense populated place, our auras, our energy fields are all connected, and so we can't escape stress a lot of the time. So it's really our responsibility to practice, to become aware, to have heightened awareness of how we may be making decisions or acting from a place of stress, and then what we can do to sort of counter that and be an anchor for a different vibration on this planet. And stress, quite simply, is something that's been programmed into us because of this idea of the mind having to make decisions, and our breath is the indicator of when we're in stress, and our body is always talking to us. And a lot of times we ignore the alarm bells that might be going off in the body when we are out of harmony with nature. We weren't designed to be out of harmony with nature. It's just happened to this point of our evolution. And a lot of us continue living our life with alarm bells going off in our body, and we don't even recognize them anymore. We don't even tune into how our breathing is doing from moment to moment, let alone, from day to day. And a lot of times, all we need to do to put the body in a more relaxed space is to breathe deeply and breathe from our root, and realize in our root, are we contracted and stressed? The perineum is literally what this gene key is connected to, right in the root. And a lot of times, we have no connection to that part of ourselves, and a lot of times we might tune in there and realize it's tight, which constricts the whole body and puts the body chemically into a place of stress, which becomes an addiction. No one wants to feel stressed, but with the addiction of the adrenaline and the hormones that are released, it really literally becomes something we are addicted to as a culture. So restraint might not feel like a gift, but through this lens, restraint is really about restraining from acting on our mind's need to relieve stress by doing something. And restraint has a lot to do with patience and being patient and trusting that there are rhythms and cycles. And this idea of feeling like we're stuck in life is just an illusion. A lot of times it's just not the timing. We're not in the rhythm of what we think we need to be achieving. We're not accepting what rhythm we're in our life. We don't have the patience that often a great vision or a great intention takes time. Stillness. This is how the world is going to be transformed. By breathing deeply, by softening our physical bodies. And, being in nature, it really can be that simple. By carving out the time to be in nature, to do nothing, to attune to the rhythms of nature. I hope this video invites you to breathe deeper, to carve out time to be still, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.